We just crossed the 2-year anniversary of the Season 4 finale of Young Justice, and we thought it would be a great time to start taking a look at some of the possibilities for Season 5 and any new updates about that show. So let's take a couple minutes to talk about what's going on over on Greg Weisman's social media, the Annecy Film Festival, and why the heck James Gunn won't answer any of these questions. Now before we do that though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily Marvel and DC videos and want to be your place for all the superhero news, but we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently so you are in the know. Well, it was just about 2 years ago we got the very last episode of Young Justice Phantoms. Now the finale of Season 4 was something pretty great. Not only did it see the team reunite and face off with General Zod and his minions, but it closed out with some pretty big events, including Superboy and Magan getting married, and of course, the big reveal about Kara Zor-El. Now, if you're a fan of this channel, you know since then we've been pretty much following any and all updates we can get. And one of the reasons I don't bring you guys more updates is basically there's not a lot of news. But since we had this 2-year anniversary, I thought it would be a good time to talk. Now, one of the main places we do look for any kind of updates on Young Justice is the showrunner, Greg Weisman. Now, you guys remember his Twitter account got hacked a couple of months ago and Greg seemed to go offline. But since then, he has returned with a vengeance, and although he's mostly focused on gargoyles, he's still making plenty of Young Justice posts. He retweets a lot of Young Justice material, and he's still doing his character countdown over on his Ask Greg site. Now, if you don't know what this is, Greg has been counting down all of the characters in the universe, and I believe this started in the 700s and we're down to the mid-3s. Now, sometimes these character names do give us little bits and clues, but recently there really hasn't been a lot to see there, but I am very happy to see this actually return because it does show it's on Greg Weisman's mind. Now, there was a place we were hoping for some Young Justice Season 5 news. As we speak, the Annecy Animation Film Festival is going on over in France, and we know DC is going to have a presence. Creature Commandos is going to give a first look at the festival, and many of us, myself included, were wondering if Young Justice could somehow find their way onto the stage. As more and more material has dropped from the festival, and I've gotten a chance to look at it, I have to say that's probably not happening. I know this is not the news many people want, but Annecy isn't typically the place people announce shows, it is the place people bring stuff to show off. And without anything to show off, there probably wasn't a lot of space to potentially put Young Justice in one of these slots. Now, Comic-Con is right around the corner, and this is always the spot where we're pretty hopeful we'll get some sort of Young Justice news. Last year, Greg Weisman gave us a little heads up that he wasn't invited, so hopefully we get a couple of clues this year, because I know fans are more than eager, and this is something we really can't seem to get a straight answer from anybody, including James Gunn. Now, you guys know James Gunn on social media, he's pretty active, and he answers all kinds of questions, pretty much everything thrown his way. He just recently debunked the Batman 2 and the Batman 3 filming back-to-back, has been crushing Superman and Lantern rumors, and yet at no point has he ever said anything about Young Justice except how it was fairly inspirational in creating the new DCU. This take for me is pretty strange because as far as we can tell, Gunn has been pretty much a straight shooter with fans when it comes to a lot of these other shows. He said there's plenty of room for Elseworlds projects, and Young Justice would definitely be one of those. And other animated series like Harley Quinn have already gotten a renewal, so I don't understand, quite honestly, at this point why he hasn't simply said, no, we're not going to do a Season 5, or let fans know it's coming and be patient. Young Justice fans are used to being held in limbo when it comes to this sort of thing, so we got thick skin. But the enthusiasm for the show is not going down, and it is a constant question I see on his Twitter, Instagram, and Threads account, so I don't understand why James won't speak directly to the topic. Now, like I said, we're going to keep our eyes out for any Young Justice news. I don't want to bring you guys kind of nonsense videos with absolutely no material. And without anything from Greg Weisman or Warner Brothers Animation, well, there simply hasn't been a lot to talk about, and I think we're going to have to hold out until Comic-Con for potentially anything to happen. I suppose one other place we could possibly get some news would be at Convergence 2024. That is a conference in Minneapolis, and Greg Weisman has made many trips there, even done some of the live-action plays with many of the cast members, and is already set to appear with his Gargoyle cast, including the likes of Keith David. So that does have possibilities, but it seems pretty focused on the Gargoyles franchise. Now, we are cooking up a couple of Young Justice ideas, including a series of shorts and maybe some long-form content, so if you are a Young Justice fan, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll make sure you get all the Young Justice updates.